Right, next one. Langus. I remember this one a lot because I really enjoyed making it. Yes, I vape. Go suck your mum. You deal with it. You're not marking me on my public health. You're marking me on my music and how well I can go over the music. So, you get what I mean. Right. So to start out this, I think this was the first time I used Synology. So that's really cool to go over. It wasn't the first time I used it. It was the first time I made a full beat with it. So to start from the start of where the beat came to life. This is a Kendrick loop from The Recipe, which is on Good Kid, Mad City. It's from one of my drum kits that literally just deconstructs the entire album, basically. So this is definitely legal. You get what I mean? It's definitely legal because I'm not releasing it and making any money off it. So don't even try. Don't even try. So after this, don't want to do that. I'm going to start with this. Again, an open hat from the same drum kit. And with this, if you can use your eyes to see, it's reverse. So obviously this is the open hat. Solo it so it's easy to. I added the child tape model. Let me just get my mix control open so you can see. This has got way more stuff going on, and there's not as much on the out when it's like going out of it, like the outro of the regular version, not the reverse part which is going into it, which I feel like you can almost like hear that there's more. But I think it's the gap in the thickness of the space, and there's nothing where you can see this is just kind of like going all over the place. This is just kind of like my good visual. You get what I mean? Like you see it go down, and there's nothing really going with it. Where before it was kind of just shaking all over the gaff, just everywhere, so you could see it. So I think I added that quite late on, so I just wanted to go over it. Let's get rid of this so you can. It's very loud. It's very, very loud. But I think that's just because the second hat when it comes down, because obviously this is faded in. So you get what I mean? It doesn't really hurt your ears. But once everything comes in, your ears are like kind of saved because it's kind of like buried in. So you get what I mean? I didn't have to add like an EQ. I didn't have to mix it that much. And you can see with the mix control, wherever that's gone, that it's like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of mid, isn't it? There's not anything special. Sorry, here. Yeah, it's actually quite low down. I haven't added anything onto the tape model. I don't know why the tape model's got a tape. I'm guessing that's just. No, it is different. Or maybe that is just that. I don't know. But anyway. Drum loop, I forgot to mention, it's got an EQ. Because it's stem split, it means that a lot of the frequencies have just been taken out. So to just give it a bit more liveliness to it, and to get rid of some frequencies that might have bled in, and to bring some life out of the high and the mid end, add a little bit of EQ. Nothing crazy. Again, none of these beats were made with the intention of like, oh, this is my thing. You get what I mean? It's not like I made these with like, oh, this is it, I'm going to rap over this one. It's just practice, really. And I want to go over these chords. So obviously this is the first time I use Synology in a proper beat, instead of just loading it up and just seeing what there is. There's nothing really changed or added about it. It is literally just basic stock strings that are inside of here. But I don't think I really needed to do anything. I wanted ensemble strings in this song, and it just really fits it. This is like a really weird chord, because I don't know how you describe it, because it's a very, very big chord. It's looking like a D minor 9. I believe so. But realistically, I would have probably just started with like a D minor 7 and then a C major 7. Oh no, that's a minor. Yeah, it's also a minor. So I don't know what key it would be in, because the 2 in a minor scale is a major chord, if I'm not mistaken. It is a major chord. And or is it minor? I don't know. See, I don't know, but it sounds good. The thing is with keys is that it's really useful for when you're using samples, but when you're kind of making stuff just purely from scratch like I am in this, it doesn't really matter, because you're not clashing with anything, you're creating it. And there's no real velocities on this because it's strings. You don't want strings to roll in. It's not guitar, it's not bass, it's not piano. There's no natural about it, it just comes in. But realistically, if I had to say start with anything, it'd probably just be the bass notes. These ones here. And then you just add in the chords onto it. Like, for example, I probably would have made these triads and then just added the 7 and the 9. And there's no pedal tone that can really be created unless I did something like that. Which does sound cool, but I didn't do that, so I can't really change it now. I'm going over it. I mean, I can change it, but like, yeah. And this bass, it's the same kind of scenario. I chose an acoustic bass. I didn't add anything to it. I didn't change anything. It's just I'm pretty sure it is just a regular acoustic bass. But let's go over it, because I really like this bass line. It almost acts like a kick, because there is, I mean, obviously there's a kick in here, but like it just like it's got that like timing of a kick, and it's got that rhythm of it. And I think I just started, I didn't add these like higher notes, I just went do 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 without going higher or anything. So eventually I just started using my ears and I was like, oh, I like the idea of like just going higher than lower. So again, using my ears, I've just been like, yeah, that's the right note. You get what I mean? I'm pretty sure this is the, yes, it is a perfect fifth. So, you know, that kind of like change makes sense. Even though I use my ears for it, you know, the theory just makes it a little bit quicker, but it's not needed. Like, it's really not needed. Like, this is also out of time a little bit. So these are just like little things that I can just clean up afterwards. The thing I don't like about this is that I believe I couldn't find a glide knob. I just could not find one in anything, and I've searched, I just can't find it. Same way here, I didn't really use Logic and realize that I can just do that. So it comes in instantly. There's not as much of that. It's just instantly there, because, you know, it's attacking it. See, with these is that it's very full and bright, and it's a minor 9 chord. It's big and full. And when we come over to the structure change with the second hi-hat, if I play the full thing out for you. Right, let's go through it. Right, so this guitar, again, just a guitar found. I made the release so it's just, you know, it goes out a bit more. And same with Resonance and Cut Off. I don't know why these two kind of just, like, counteract with each other, but who knows, who knows. Right, so with these chords, I tried to recreate a guitar chord with only, like, just because I didn't want to add the octave of the D, because it kind of removes that kind of, like, slow down kind of vibe. Same principle in the fact that it's the same two chords. Again, no real theory needed. Again, 5th, 7th, I believe 11th, if I'm not, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's in an A minor scale? I don't know. All I know is that sounds nice. And it just gives it that nice break. It gives you the feeling of, you know, it's settled. We're calm again. I really like this hi-hat being reversed because you've heard the other sounds before. You think that, like, the open hat, which is almost like a crash, you know, it's gonna come, but it never does. And it's a really fast cut off that was, like, really smooth. This little lick, again, I think this was just a random synth that I found. I think it's a lead. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I didn't really think much about this. I think I just imagined it in my head and just put it on paper. Which is obviously... It's got a little bit of delay. I don't know if I added anything onto it. Nope, just stock. Pure stock. And it just gives it that little bit of ear candy that just, you know, something new in the mix instead of it just repeating over and over again. Whoa, that is mixed horribly. I clearly have not listened to this in a while. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is just different chords. It's just completely different chords. I think they're in the same key because it kind of does work. Oh, that is not in key. Ugh. I don't really want to get rid of it. I just kind of want to change it. So say I did like something like that maybe, and just brought the mix up. Brought it way down, so it's like, if anything, I'd want it to be the same chords as these ones, just because they sound way more fuller. And I like the idea that it's just a different sound. So just to go over it again, ensemble strings, different strings, nothing added, nothing new. Who's messaging me, bro? Alfie, get out of here, Alfie. Right, so let's see what this sounds like. Ooh, that don't sound good. Right, the other chord sounded way better. Let's just bring that back. Let's add some automation because that's way too loud. I like being able to go over these because even though I'm talking about it, I can like almost correct myself in some places. cut it there. Why not? Give it that low. Nah, that's too much. Let it fade out from here. So do something like that. It's too steep. Oh, look, that's what's going on. It's like it's already done by like there. If I do like that, maybe. No, but it's just doing the same. Like, I can't do something like that. Oh, maybe. Let me give it way more leeway room. There we go. I'll go over the mix. What's on everything? Drum loop, I already talked about that. EQ, I turned off. I'm guessing just in the heat of the moment. I didn't think the EQ was really doing anything. I don't know what's going on here. The same kind of principle of just making it really quiet. Which track is this? It's that one, isn't it? Yes. Which one am I highlighting? Ah, so I'm guessing without this, it sounds really... Yeah, it sounds really full and really loud. I think, yeah. It just gives it that softer sound. This is really difficult doing the mix like this. Second one, I think this is the new sound, because the original... Oh no, it is the original organ from the start. So what's on this? A compressor. I don't know why a compressor's on it. I guess it's just what I thought I needed in the moment. But it's just getting rid of some of the highs. See, it's just compressing it a tiny little bit. And with the EQ, yeah, just cutting the lows, dipping the highs a little bit. So if I go back on it, for example, and get rid of some of the EQ. You can hear a difference. You can hear just like the lows just creeping back in and then disappearing from that. With this EQ and let's say this EQ, same kind of principle. Cutting the lows, cutting the highs. This obviously is way more. So if we go over this, oh, it's the bass. So the thing is that I never labelled my stuff. You can see the wave is like this is with the stuff on. I mean the lows, it didn't really make a difference if I got rid of it, but at the same time it just makes sure that none of the highs are bleeding through, especially to clash with stuff like the organ and stuff like that. And this one, I believe, is the... Is it the bass? Is this the bass? No, it's not, because it's muted. Right, take that off. What is this? So the thing is that it actually has been like so long since I did this kind of stuff. I'm guessing this is... Yeah, that's the right cue. So this is... this might be the guitar. No, it's the little... So clearly, I just wanted to get rid of some of it because I'm guessing it's just too loud and it just kind of softens it a bit. So let's see what it sounds like without. No, with. Really doesn't make that much of a difference since there's not really any frequencies getting through. And I guess I could do something like that. Yeah, but now you can barely hear it. Maybe let some of it bleed through. Yeah, mint. Just leave it like about where it was before. Anything else in the mix I'm missing? I went over this, I'm pretty sure, because this is like the organ, the final one that comes in at the end, and then obviously the chartator model, which I talked about before. Again, like in the mixing video that I mentioned, the limiter is still on, so if you listen to it. I can hear a difference. I don't know if you'll be able to hear a difference just because it's just a bit harder to hear, but I can hear that like the bass disappears when it's off because obviously it's being mixed with it on. So without it, it'll be easier and more accurate to mix and make sure that it's a proper clean, non-limited sound, which yes, I'm going to mention about every single project before week 6 because I mean that was the week I decided maybe turn that off. But apart from that, I was very happy with this. I really enjoyed making it just because I didn't have to worry about the drums. I think that was the main thing. I already had nice sounding drums. Can't see, but I'm fucking bobbing my head. Hey, rap on the beat. When I suck in my meat, yo, trying to get out of the hood, my gang. Trying to get out of the hood, my gang. He don't know about my fam. He don't know about the vibe, gang. He don't know about the shit. He don't know about the stick that's in my waistband. I don't know. I'm just fucking. I'm just messing about. Oh, just chopping on the beat, just chopping on the week, just chopping on the shit in a meek. Yo, Meat Mill, Green Tide. But yeah, that's about it. Give it a little save, just because I obviously gave it that little bit at the end, fading out and all that. But yeah, like I said, the automation, it's just the volume. It is just the volume, and obviously I have it dip a tiny bit here just to make sure that sounds, a little bit more buried under the guitar. Which I even debate should be down a bit. But it's gonna rise. I mean, if I was making it now, I'd probably add a little sauce to the ending, maybe a little delay, just like something like that. But you got to also remember these were made just for improvement. None of these were made with the intention of like, oh, this is the song that's on the EP. Because bear in mind, at this time, I was still thinking of making the EP instead of just making it about getting better as a producer and being able to then become an artist. Because that's jarring, innit? Being rubbish at producing. But I was very happy with it. I thought it sounded kind of fire. I still think it's fire. I just feel like one day I might discover this again and be like, ooh, I might use these chords again or something. Because like, say you take the drum out and just listen to it. It sounds very professional, but once you add in the drums, you can hear that there's frequencies like missing. Also, I really like that pause. It like bouncing between the panning. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of it. There's nothing really to add. Cheers.